Hey, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be giving a presentation about me and my goals as a content creator. Now, before anyone says anything, I know this isn't going to be the most entertaining video idea and that the video might even be a bit boring. Honestly, I'd be surprised if the video even got over 1,000 views. It really is just going to be a yap session where I talk about me and the channel, and that honestly isn't the most amazing video idea in the world. So I guess that begs the question, if I know the video is not going to do well, then why am I making the video? Well, to be honest, it's because I wanted to. And at the end of the day, both as a person and as me, that's the only reason I need to make a video like this. I don't need anyone else's approval, and I don't need any underlying reasons. That's all I need. Now, with that said, I do have some underlying reasons for wanting to make the video. Starting with, it sounded like fun. And if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about me, then honestly, I don't know what will. I just woke up one day, thought of the idea of making a video about me and my goals, and I was like, shit, sounds like fun, honestly. And that's really all it came down to. But I did come up with some other reasons on why making this video would be a good idea, with the big ones being accountability and actualization. By making this video, by editing it, by posting it, by talking about all my goals, I am opening myself to accountability, not only in myself, but also with you guys. If for whatever reason down the line, I'm not doing what I need to, or I'm not doing what I need to make my goals, or I'm just being lazy, whatever it may be, I myself or my friends or you guys can always come back to this video and in a sense hold me accountable for not doing these things. And in the same way, I am in a sense actualizing my goals for the world. I have written them in stone. I've gone as far as posting them to an unknown amount of viewers. Could be 5, could be 10, could be 1 million for all I fucking know. But I am writing this out to you guys so that I can both actualize my goals and have me and anyone else hold myself accountable. And more than anything, it's because I believe in transparency. I believe that as a YouTuber, as a person, as an influencer, it's important for me to be transparent with you guys, both about my channel, about me, and my goals. That's because I think it's important for you, the viewer, to actually understand what you're getting into when you watch my channel. If I start out by making gaming videos, but I announce I'm going to start doing politics, you can see that and be like, wow, I don't want to listen to this guy talk about politics, and you can make that decision to move on. Or vice versa. Maybe I decide to move from politics to gaming, and you're like, wow, I really love gaming. And you're like, wow, I'm going to subscribe to this guy. That's an important communication for us to have, and I can't do that without transparency. By being transparent and allowing you to know these things about me, about my goals, about what to expect from this channel, that will help you decide whether you want to stick around or move on to the next guy. And as good as a reason as all of those are, I still have one more reason for why I wanted to make this video, and it's to make it like a time capsule. Since I'm making this video towards the beginning of my YouTube channel, I can always now come back to this video and think about how far I've come since I made it. Whether I'm doing bad, whether I'm doing good, I can always come back to the video and think, I had a goal to reach 10,000 subs by the end of 2025, and I'm sitting at 2,000. Wow, I really didn't accomplish that fucking goal. What happened? Did I not post consistently? What happened? And the same thing can happen for you guys. Maybe I'm sitting at 1 million subscribers way down the line. And you can come back to this video and just say, wow, this guy's video sucked. How much of a bumbling idiot was this guy 6 months ago? These are all amazing things that we can get out of me making a video like this because it acts like a time capsule. And I think that's an amazing thing to do. But enough about why I'm making the video. Let's start talking about me. Who am I? Well, my name's Cody. And like most other people who make YouTube channels, I'm a gamer. It is what it is. I've grown up with games since as long as I can remember, with my first memory even being me pulling out a Nintendo GameCube and playing games with my mom. It's been a part of my life for my entire life, and it's just kind of stuck with me ever since. Now, as far as games go, I like most games. there aren't really that many genres that I dislike. Like, I can't think of a gaming genre where I'm like, ooh, I would hate playing a first-person shooter, or strategy games, or oh my god, I can't stand platformers. Like, there isn't really a genre of games that I don't enjoy playing, as long as the games are actually good themselves. But if I had to pick, I think my favorites would probably be real-time strategy games, kind of like Stellaris or Supreme Commander, and then survival games, kind of like The Forest, Raft, even Minecraft. Those are just kind of the games I gravitate towards, and they're just kind of what I enjoy. But like I said, I'll play most games. It doesn't really matter as long as the game themselves are actually good. And really, for now, I think that's all I'm going to tell you about me. So let's move on. So Cody, why do you want to do YouTube? Well, like I'm sure many of you did, I grew up with it. YouTube has always been a big part of my life, whether it's for looking things up, listening to music, watching gaming videos, whatever it may be. YouTube has always just kind of been there and always been a part of my life. And well, as you grow up with YouTube and as we watch YouTube almost every day, I am 100% sure that we've all thought about the idea of becoming YouTubers at some point. Whether it's just us thinking about the prospect of us becoming a YouTuber, whether it's thinking about, how much money other YouTubers make, whether it's just thinking how cool it would be to be a YouTuber, we've all come up with the idea, right? And I was no different. I grew up with it, I've been around it my whole life, so I always kind of had the thoughts of like, oh, what would happen if I became a YouTuber? Until one day, I watched a video by Ludwig. Semi-recently, he created a video titled something like, I created a secret YouTube channel to prove it's not luck. Pretty much just like the title said, he made a secret YouTube channel, didn't use his voice, didn't use his looks, didn't use his popularity, and tried to get a video to go viral. And he was successful. He had a video that went viral, thus proving the point that YouTube is skill and not luck, at least in theory. Now, the video was flawed, so obviously it's not a 100% skill, it's all skill. There is a lot of determining factors, especially with Ludwig, and having access to the knowledge he has, and having the time and money that he has to be able to do some of the things that he did in the video. But nonetheless, I watched this video and I was like, yeah, I can do that. And here I am, making videos on YouTube. But really, why not make a YouTube channel? I might as well try it out, right? For me, it really was that simple. I had most of the stuff I needed to create a YouTube channel, and it was that easy, so I just did it. It is what it is. But enough about why I'm doing YouTube. Let's move on to where my journey started. Despite this being my 5th video on this channel, I actually started doing YouTube back in September of 2023, so just over a year ago. With my first video being Smite Gameplay 2023, a Musencab 19-2 Arena. Nothing special, just a no commentary video of me playing Smite as a Musencab. Nothing huge, nothing crazy, just a very simple no commentary gameplay video. But that was a year and a half ago, and since then, I've had a little bit more experience with YouTube. And so, I think we should look at my top 3 videos. And to start off, we have the video with probably my favorite thumbnail of all time, Palworld's most powerful 9-to-5 employee, which is currently sitting at 85,000 views over the past year. In this video, I took Depresso from Palworld and I bred them to be the strongest they could be in the game. And since Palworld was at the height of its popularity back then, the video did pretty well. Now, moving on, we actually have my best video from this channel, which is a video titled, I recreated Dragon Ball's hardest challenge in Sparking Zero, which I released on December 5th, 2024, just over 2.5 months ago, and it is currently sitting at 119,346 views, which is really good considering this channel is only at 748 subscribers. Basically, I took a challenge from one of the old Dragon Ball games, and I recreated it in custom battles in Sparking Zero, and that's the video. Now, honestly, I'm not super sure why this video did so well, because the video itself, I didn't think my commentary was really that good. Plus, my audio actually cut out about 7 minutes in, and for the rest of the video, it's just music. So this one's always kind of been a weird one for me, but I guess it must just be because of the thumbnail and how popular Sparking Zero was at the time. But my absolute best video, which actually just surpassed this video very recently, is a video titled Nintendo's Power World Lawsuit Will Ruin Gaming as We Know It. Now, if you don't know just from the title, this video is about the lawsuit that Nintendo's filing against Power World. Personally, I sided with Power World, and that just kind of seems to be the universally accepted opinion, as corporations probably shouldn't be able to patent game mechanics. You're entitled to your own opinion though, but that's where I stand on it. And regardless, that's my best video. But enough about the past, let's finally start talking about my goals. Starting with my ultimate goals. These are those goals that are incredibly hard to achieve and are like the be-all end-all. If I finished all my ultimate goals and stopped doing YouTube tomorrow, I would be satisfied. And my first one is a bit cheesy, but it's to leave an impact on my audience. Hopefully a positive impact. When I think of all the biggest gaming YouTubers like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, I sometimes think about how much of a positive impact they've left on some people's lives. When you scroll down those YouTube comments, you see how much people love Markiplier, how much people love PewDiePie. That isn't just something they got for being funny on YouTube. They have left some kind of good impact on people watching. And I think as an influencer or as a creator, that's something that we should all aspire to do. I should be able to stop YouTube and think, I did something good. I left a good impact on my audience. I feel good about making YouTube videos for these people. And as cheesy as it sounds, that's something we should all aspire to do. Now, unlike this one, my next goal isn't so selfless. Like many other YouTubers, my biggest goal is 1 million subs. And before anyone says it, I know subscribers aren't the be-all end-all on YouTube. But it's important to have measurable goals that you can strive for. And subscribers just happens to be one of those goals that is easily measurable as you're on YouTube. And to some degree, there is definitely some correlation with how many subscribers you are and how successful you are. Now, it's not 100% correlation because someone who has no subscribers could still be successful on YouTube, while someone who has a lot of subscribers could not be successful on YouTube. It's totally possible. But either way, it's a very measurable and reasonable goal to have as your be-all end-all marker on YouTube. And to clarify, the only reason I chose 1 million is because it's 1 million. Why would I go any higher? Why would I go any lower? It's just a nice big number, super measurable, and it's the big 1 milli, right? Now, as good as both of those goals are, they aren't my biggest goal as a YouTuber. This is gonna sound a little bit parasocial, but my biggest goal as a YouTuber is to collab with and/or meet some of my favorite content creators. And honestly, that might sound a little weird, but I just kind of think it'd be cool to play some games with some of my favorite YouTubers. And just to name some, we got people like Elastic Droids, Minion Friends, Markiplier, Chilled Chaos, Jack the Bus, Ludwig. You know, I've got a whole list of people I would love to meet, talk with, play games with, and the whole 9 yards. Now, this isn't my whole list, and I'm not going to go through my whole list explaining why I want to meet all these people or what games I'd want to play with them, but those are some people that I think would be cool to meet or play games with. But enough about those big ultimate goals. Let's talk about my current goals. My first current goal is to reach 10,000 subs by the end of 2025, otherwise the end of this year. And that might sound a bit lofty considering I'm not even at 1,000 subs yet, but I think if I really lock in and I'm making videos once a week at the bare minimum, then I can definitely do it, as long as I'm taking YouTube seriously. And funnily enough, my next goal is actually consistency with posting. As of right now, I kind of have a whole lot going on in my life, and I have a full-time job, so being consistent with posting is something I've just always kind of been bad with. But I have a whole lot of ideas for videos, so I'm trying to get a little bit better with this, and I plan to really lock in and take it a little bit more seriously following the next couple weeks. Now, my next goal is to broaden and solidify my niche. And for anyone who doesn't know what a niche is, it's just kind of your general genre of YouTube videos. For me at the moment, I'm kind of all over the place in the gaming niche, with no real specific direction where I am in the niche. Most people will kind of sub-niche and find things like speedrunning, challenges, ranked play, whatever it may be, they'll have some kind of style of content that they'll make within gaming. When you think about someone like Smallant or even Ludwig, they have their specific styles that they kind of stick to in specific kind of gaming that they do. Smallant being a speedrunner, Ludwig doing a lot of challenges. And over the next couple weeks or even couple months, I need to figure out where I fall within the gaming niche. Now, I'll talk about this on one of my future goals, but I am leaning towards challenge videos and things like speedrunning. But next up, we have our first collab. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. I could just play a game with someone I met on YouTube, and bam, there's my first collab. I think collabs are an extremely important way of not only meeting more people, but also getting out there and really getting into the YouTube community. And last but not least, I want to find an idea, format, or style of content to be known for, otherwise my thing. Now, this kind of ties back into my third goal, which is to broaden and solidify my niche, but we're gonna get a little more specific. Let's think about some YouTubers like Smallant or Spiffing Brit. When you think Smallant, you think speedrunner. When I think Spiffing Brit, I think exploiting video games. Every YouTuber kind of has something that they are known for. When I think of Markiplier, I think of Let's Plays. All of these YouTubers kind of have some style of content that brands them as their thing. And thus, over the next couple weeks, over the next couple months, I want to try to figure out what that is. But enough about current goals. Let's talk something a little different and get into overarching goals. Overarching goals are just goals I'm kind of always thinking about and are things that aren't necessarily like achieved. For example, my first overarching goal is to have fun. As of right now, YouTube is a hobby. Thus, I want to be having fun when I'm doing YouTube. If I'm not having fun, there really isn't a point to doing YouTube, and I might just stop. Plus, eventually, if I'm gonna go full-time on YouTube, I better be having fun doing it. But moving on, the next one we have on here is to make enjoyable content. Naturally, if I'm gonna be making videos for you guys, or videos for myself, or videos for whoever, then I should be doing my best to make enjoyable content. And I think that speaks for itself. There's really no point to making videos and having fun making videos if I'm not trying to make them enjoyable. Like, who does that serve? It doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve me, it doesn't really serve anyone. And over everything, I want to be the best creator that I can be, always improving, always learning. And I mean that for more than just YouTube, I also mean that for myself. I want to be able to wake up every day thinking about yesterday and being able to say, I'm better than I was yesterday. And as cringy as that sounded coming out of my mouth, that's just how I feel. I want to be the best version of myself that I can be. And while it's okay that I'm not the best version I can be right now, I still want to strive towards that best version I can be. And of course, I want to make a community and friends along the way. Now, this kind of speaks for itself, but as a YouTuber, as a content creator, I think making a community and fostering a community of people who enjoy watching your content or just enjoy things that you enjoy is a very important part of the YouTube journey. I would rather have a small community of people who have common interests than a really big community of people that all hate each other. And I think that just speaks for itself. And, you know, if I'm doing YouTube and I'm collabing with people and I'm meeting new people and I'm going to do whatever, why not make some friends along the way? And now, let's move on to a slide which I actually wasn't going to originally include in this presentation, but that is my personal goals. My first personal goal on here is to actually lose 130 pounds with my starting weight being 360. Now, I didn't put my current weight because I haven't actually weighed myself in a while, and I've been currently in the process of dieting and going to the gym, but this is one of my big goals that you will get to kind of see play out as you watch me on YouTube. Theoretically, as I do things with Facecam, as I stream, you will literally get to see this take effect in real time. So my goal weight as a person right now is 230 pounds. Now that might sound like a lot, but I am actually a pretty big guy, standing at 6 feet and 3 inches tall. And just to give you guys an idea of how I look with my current weight and height, I don't actually think I'm gonna fit on the camera, but this is what I look like. Here. Just to give you guys an idea, I'll give you guys a little bit of a spin. There you go. This is what I look like at my current weight. So yeah, this speaks for itself. I want to lose some weight, get healthier, and I will be taking actions to do that. Now, my next goal, which actually thinking about it now is really funny, is actually a face reveal, or otherwise stream with a face cam. As you can see, I've actually already done that. Now, this originally was a goal because at first I didn't want to show my face to you guys because, I'm a little self-conscious. However, at some point, I just kind of got over it. I just said, you know what? If I'm going to take this seriously, then I need to just commit. I need a full send. And then I did it once, and ever since, it's been so much easier talking to you guys. It's been so much easier getting on the camera, and I think this is a huge part of my growth. So if we want, we can actually change that goal to get more confident on camera. And then we still have something. Next up, we have attending at least one convention, TwitchCon, VidCon, etc. This one's an interesting one because honestly, I've never wanted to go to a convention, but since I plan to be a YouTuber and I want to build a community and make friends, this is the perfect place to do it. Go out, make friends, meet people in real life, shake people's hands, talk to people. All of that is exactly what I want from being a YouTuber. So I decided it'd be good to go at least once. And my last goal, which isn't really a goal, is actually to hire an editor. Now, for me personally, I have a full-time job and YouTube is just a hobby. So hiring an editor sounds like a weird idea to me. However, as I start to take YouTube a little bit more seriously, I think it'll be important for me to consider getting an editor, especially considering I don't have a whole lot of time to do things like edit or even make videos since I'm busy with job, busy with work, busy at home, whatever it may be. Thus, having an editor would help me make videos for you guys. So that's something that I'm going to think about moving forward. But enough about goals. Let's actually talk about challenges. And by challenges, I kind of just mean what challenges I know I'm going to face as a YouTuber. Starting with my number one challenge, trying too hard to be perfect. And this is something I struggle with a lot. Example number one, I had about 36 takes of this video before I finally said, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna say what I want into the video camera, and that's where I am at now. And interestingly enough, as I was in the process of making this video, Shane Top from Smosh actually made a video about perfectionism that I really relate to. It made me realize how much I struggle with the types of perfectionism he was talking about. And if you don't understand how perfection would be a challenge on YouTube, essentially, I'm always trying to be perfect. So when I'm talking, when I'm editing, when I'm coming up with ideas, it has to be perfect or I simply won't do it. There have been times when I've come up with video ideas, when I've started editing and just all this other stuff, and I would look at it and I would say, this could be better. And I simply just wouldn't do it, or I would stop editing because I would essentially mentally destroy myself. That might just make me sound weak, but that's really just what would happen. I would want it to be perfect, and I wouldn't be able to do that because I'm not perfect. And I shouldn't be trying to be mega Cody, as Shane would have put it. Now, I've already kind of mentioned this, but another challenge I'm going to struggle with a lot is time. Full disclosure, I have a job, I have responsibilities, I have friends, I have family, and these are all things that are going to take time away from me being able to do YouTube. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to sacrifice time with those things to do YouTube, because I will do that because I like YouTube that much. But these are all things that will distract me from doing YouTube. Thus, I won't have as much time as someone who's unemployed to do YouTube. If I was unemployed, I'd be grinding out YouTube videos every other day. But that's just not reality. I'm a busy guy, just like I'm sure many other part-time YouTubers are. And for my last challenge, which honestly, I probably should remove from this list, is ideas. I think I originally put ideas on here because I couldn't come up with perfect ideas. Thus, I didn't have a whole lot of ideas for videos. But since I'm combating that first bullet point, trying too hard to be perfect, I've actually come up with lots of ideas that I want to do for YouTube and to make videos for you guys. So really, this ideas isn't going to be as much of a challenge as I thought, but I'll still leave it on here just for the sake of the presentation. And speaking of, let's move into talking about some ideas, with my first one being what's called an archipelago. If you haven't heard of it, pretty much there's a website called archipelago.gg where you and at least one of your friends can download a randomized version of 2 different games. And essentially, this website will randomize the games together. And what I mean by that is the drops of each game will be randomized and then transferred over to the other game. So if I'm playing Dark Souls and my friend is playing Sonic Adventure 2, if he picks up a collectible item in Sonic Adventure 2, that might send over a weapon for me to use in Dark Souls. Now, if I found a weapon in Dark Souls, that might transfer something over for him to use in Sonic. And it's just a really interesting way of making a randomized version of a game more interesting than it would be just to randomize the game. Now, another idea I've come up with, and actually tried before, is the idea of a shuffler. And specifically, the game I tried it with was Risk of Rain 2. Essentially, I code a program that shuffles me between multiple different versions of a game every 5 to 30 seconds, and I have to beat all those iterations of the game all at the same time. So pretty much, I'm playing one game, let's say I'm playing Risk of Rain, and then 10 seconds go by, and now I'm playing Dark Souls. And then so on, like 15 seconds goes by, now I'm playing Sonic. And I have to beat all 3 of those games at once, and if I lose on any of them, I have to restart the run. It's a really chaotic way of going about playing games, and to me, I love that kind of chaos. Thus, it's something I've always wanted to do and try. And last but not least, I kind of mentioned it with the archipelago, but the idea of randomizers. I think randomizers are an extremely interesting way of playing games, as it totally destroys your muscle memory of where to find things, especially when you start including things like monster randomizers or boss randomizers. All of a sudden, this game you've played all your life, everything's in the wrong place, all the monsters are in the wrong place, and now it's a completely different game, and you get to enjoy your favorite game fresh. And to me, that's just such an interesting way of playing games. And that's it. That's the end of the video. If you somehow made it this far into the video, and you maybe just want to see how it all unfolds, or maybe you just vibe with me, consider subscribing, but really, you don't have to. It's always up to you. But I do want to say thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.